Wrestling fans, I'd like to say that I enjoyed Crown Jewel. I would. I'd like to say that I sat there for 3.5 hours and I genuinely got invested in that pay per view. I would like to say that, but I can't. Can't do it. When we look at what WWE put on for us tonight, there's no way I can say that. World Cup, who's the greatest in the world? Forget about it. Shane McMahon, forget about it. We're going to dive into that, but who they chose to be the greatest in the world, you might as well throw that trophy in the garbage. I'm going to tell you that right now, right from the start of this review. You might as well throw that World Cup trophy in the trash can. When we look at the main championships in the WWE right now, the Universal and the WWE Championship, WWE has proven Vince McMahon, Kevin Dunn, the rest of them behind the scenes, you have proven that you refuse to change with the times. You have proven that you just have zero faith in some of your superstars. And quite frankly, they are wasted away. They are. I'm sick of this. I'm sick of it. I think I'm speaking for a lot of fans out there, too. This isn't just me talking. Brock Lesnar, Universal Champion. Look, I understand. A lot of fans look at Braun Strowman and say, hey, his time come and gone for the Universal Championship. Let me make this perfectly clear, okay? Nobody, for the majority, wants to see that big red hunk of crap around the waist over the shoulder of Brock Lesnar again. Nobody. Let me make this perfectly clear. You should not put that title on Brock Lesnar just to sell the Survivor Series. Yes, Brock Lesnar versus AJ Styles 2, going to be a great matchup. Can't wait to see it in 2 weeks. But you should not put that title on him just for that. And for anybody who thinks he's going to drop it, bam. Soon after, forget about it. You know Vince McMahon has in his mind Brock Lesnar, WrestleMania 35, MetLife Stadium, Universal Championship. How much more cringe can we get than another 6-month title reign of Brock Lesnar and him being on TV a handful of times? I like Brock Lesnar being on TV, damaging things and that kind of stuff. But I do not like the strap being on him. The strap, the Universal title, should be on somebody, number one, to try to help that superstar, and number two, to bring promise to the championship also. Braun Strowman and the championship could both benefit off each other, at least for a short period of time. And you had the perfect rivalry sitting there in Braun Strowman versus Drew McIntyre for the Universal Championship going into the future. That plus Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins to carry Monday Night Raw. Instead, you go with the safe route and you go with UFC publicity. I don't want to see Braun Strowman in the Universal Championship title picture once Brock Lesnar starts defending that again. I don't. Do not put him in the title. And then you have the WWE Championship matchup. Samoa Joe. Now, don't get me wrong. I like Samoa Joe. His quality of work is awesome here lately. Promos, epic. His quality of work with AJ Styles, couldn't ask for any better on SmackDown. However, just like Braun Strowman, how many times WWE can you get so close and yet so far? How many times WWE do we have to see a superstar work his butt off only to see him fail? I get it. We all get it. AJ Styles, epic, awesome title reign. You want him to hold it probably to the Royal Rumble so he can beat CM Punk's title reign. More than likely, what's going to happen? You're already starting to count the days. By SmackDown, it'll be a year. So he's well on his way to tying it. But this is ridiculous. I mean, absolutely ridiculous. Now, Samoa Joe, put him in a rivalry with Daniel Bryan or something of that nature for the foreseeable future. I don't want to see another title matchup between him and AJ Styles. I don't. Enough is enough. How many times do we have to see him lose to him? Done. And then we have the World Cup. Okay? The World Cup. Now, this was something that they could have done something really good with. I mean, really good with. They could have done something special with it. Even with the stars they had in that World Cup tournament, they could have done something special with this. Okay? And they were well on their way to it, too. Well on their way. They had Dolph Ziggler and The Miz in the finals. Now, some of you might say, oh, that's just politically driven. They aren't the best in the world, blah, blah, blah. Okay, well, whatever. Could play right into the storyline, and The Miz could use that for WWE Championship. He could brag about how he's the greatest in the world, things of that nature. He won beautifully all the way through this tournament by beating Rey Mysterio, by conquering Jeff Hardy earlier in the night as well in that great matchup. So he had been doing a great job getting into the finals of this tournament. You had Dolph Ziggler also doing a fantastic job, because you had Dolph Ziggler who beat Kurt Angle clean without help. Pretty impressive. I didn't expect that to happen. Right? Did not expect that to happen a bit. I thought Kurt Angle was going to go on to face Seth Rollins, and then Seth Rollins go on to the finals. But WWE throwing a curveball at us. What happens? Dolph Ziggler goes and faces Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins loses to Dolph Ziggler. In the finals, The Miz gets hurt, and who takes his place? Shane McMahon. Few things that happened during this matchup that I'm going to point out. The WWE must think that we are just stupid. Okay? I mean, absolutely stupid. Baron Corbin at ringside. Since when can a referee throw general managers away from the ringside area? Since when? They can't. General managers are more important than referees. Shane McMahon beating Dolph Ziggler coast to coast. I have never seen anything more ridiculous. Now, some of you might say, oh, well, it's nice seeing Shane wrestle. It's cool, right? Dolph Ziggler could have used that. Even if Shane did take the Miz's place, Dolph Ziggler could use that win over Shane McMahon to enhance his character on Raw. And besides, Shane McMahon losing, what's he going to do? Fire himself? No. You know, they played that up on SmackDown, that whoever loses in the finals doesn't have a home on SmackDown anymore. Shane McMahon is the commissioner. Shane McMahon can do whatever he wants. What's he going to do? Fire himself? I don't think so. A loss for Shane wouldn't have done anything. The only positive that I see of a SmackDown superstar winning is the fact that we don't have to see definitely sit there and gloat on Monday Night Raw about it. Now, if they were going to have a SmackDown Superstar win, why couldn't you have The Miz beat Dolph Ziggler and have us have a good matchup? At least that would have enhanced the match more, and it would have enhanced some characters as well. Instead, you have freaking Dolph Ziggler lay down for Shane. Ugh. Now, Hulk Hogan, the host of Crown Jewel, and for a host, he was out there for 2 minutes. It took him longer to get down to the aisle, down to the ring, than it did for what he had to say. And then we didn't see him the rest of the night. Kind of wish they would have had him interact a little bit more. If you're going to have a host of a show, have them interact a little bit more. It's just all I got to say about that. I really liked Randy Orton's performance in this, even though he lost to Rey Mysterio in the opening matchup. I liked his performance afterwards. Showed the evil side of him, just like he does on SmackDown a lot, attacking afterwards, and pretty much making it where Rey Mysterio was very injured going into his match with The Miz later on in the night. But that was a very good side of Randy Orton. I'm glad that even though Randy Orton lost, they still let him perform in that way. As far as Bobby Lashley and Seth Rollins is concerned, hey, look, this didn't last very long, and it didn't need to, because these two superstars didn't gel that well, in my estimation, inside the squared circle. And I'm glad that it was a short matchup. I'm just going to be honest. The New Day versus The Bar. Big E did not sell Big Show's punch very well at all towards the end, at the very end of the matchup, because Big E, after the punch, popped right back up. He was kind of stumbling, but he still popped right back up. And then brogue kick, 1, 2, 3, and the match was over. It was a good contest. New Day and The Bar always gel really well with each other inside the squared circle. They always put on good contests for us. The Bar still tag team champions. Kind of predicted that to happen. Big Show's with them, and not going to have them lose just yet with the titles. But New Day will pick up the tag team championships from The Bar. I am predicting sooner rather than later in the future to become 6-time tag team champions on SmackDown Live. DX versus the Brothers of Destruction. This ended the show. Now, there's going to be mixed reactions to this. Some of you are going to look at this matchup and say, oh, it was just a joy to see Shawn Michaels, Triple H team up to take on hell, as they called it tonight when Undertaker was coming down the aisle. Undertaker and Kane, Brothers of Destruction. And then some of you are going to look at this and you're going to criticize it from top to bottom. I could give you a laundry list of reasons why and how you could criticize this from top to bottom as far as things that happened in it. Point blank, go back and watch the very ending of the match and watch Triple H deliver the pedigree to Kane. However, I'm not going to sit here and criticize this matchup. I'm really not. Excuse me. And the reason why is, number one, it's Shawn Michaels' first matchup back in the WWE ring in 8.5 years. And you know that he's going to be back more. And the ones that he's going to be back more for, more than likely, they're going to be singles matches. So this was a one-time tag team matchup, I'm guessing. And this is just to get the rust off. Number two, Kane, not around as much anymore. He's going off to do politics. Good luck, Knoxville, in the role that you are there, Mayor of Knoxville. As far as Undertaker, Triple H, the rest of them, the only thing I can say is whatever comes in the future, I hope it produces better. But I'm not going to complain about this matchup because I know that there's more to this story. DX gets the win here, but there's more coming to this story. Has to. It can't end with DX winning at Crown Jewel and then the story is over. It can't end that way. Shawn Michaels has to face Undertaker one-on-one somewhere down the road, whether it's Survivor Series in 2 weeks, whether it's WrestleMania at WrestleMania 35, somewhere down the road. This has to go somewhere. So this was just another building block into everything that we've seen with these superstars so far. And this was Shawn Michaels' first matchup back. So I'm not going to sit here and gripe about it, like I know some people are going to. But that's my stance on this matchup. DX victorious. Congratulations. Nice to see you back, Shawn Michaels. Now go get some more rust off of you. And hopefully the next time we see you inside the squared circle, it is a much more, it's a much better produced matchup. That's all I'm saying. But this has been your review of Crown Jewel. Thank you for it being over WWE. It was an epic flop, if you ask me, wrestling fans. And that's all I have to say about this pay-per-view. If you agree with me, thank you. And let me know in the comments below. And if you don't, quite frankly, I really don't care at this point because I don't see a whole lot of positives coming out of this pay-per-view. But let's look forward to Survivor Series because that is shaping up to be a really good show as we speak right now. And let's move on. But hope you have a good weekend. And don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell. And, of course, everything else, Facebook and Twitter at 2007 Webby. And until I see you again, catch you on the other side.